Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we are back with some more Mercenaries PvP. It has been some time, at least for me. I've done a little bit here and there, but really, ever since the first week or two of the Trigor meta, my time in PvP just there was not a lot of it leading up to this new mercs drop. But the new mercs are finally here. I've had a little bit of time to grind them out, so they're playable for PvP. And this is going to be our first game with a new build. So, this is Giant Pirates. So this build is really, really cool. I think we're actually going to see a few different pirate builds come into play now, mainly off the back of Patches the Pirate here. Patches is insane. Patches is, I mean, I was really high on Hook Tusk, and I still think she could be good, but Patches is exactly what the pirate comp wanted. Now, his abilities are a little bit slow in speed, but Edwin helps us take care of that. But Patches is so insanely good, and one of the biggest reasons for it is this passive right here. Whenever a friendly pirate attacks, give it +5 attack. Now, Patches, not only does he summon pirates who are going to get that buff, he gives the buff to himself, he gives it to other pirates. 5 attack is huge, and it really, really adds up when you're having it trigger every time a friendly pirate attacks. So Patches is so much better than I thought he was. I do want to try some funny meme stuff with I'm in charge now and other stuff like that, but in terms of pure power, Arms Locker is the way to go. This equipment is busted. So, what is our build trying to do here? We are basically trying to make a very, very large bench. Now, credit for this build, originally I found a build focusing on the buffed pirates from Aoun, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, on the Mercenaries Discord. But their build was a little bit different. The main thing was they had, in the Mukla slot, they had Guff. Now, I tried a few different things in that slot. I tried Guff. I actually tried Brightwing, who I thought felt like was a pretty natural inclusion for just buffing your bench, because that's really what we're doing with Tirion and Elise here. Tirion for the Death Rattle buff, and Elise for, we can't see it here, but her first step of the quest is giving all your characters and your bench +5/+8, which is huge. So it's almost like you just get a really, and it's 3 speed, so you're like always getting it off. So it's really, I mean, it's huge. You make a giant team with this build. But Mukla, I think, is the really interesting part, and I actually saw someone on Ladder trying out Mukla, and Mukla solves what I think is a very fundamental problem that this build faces without him, and that is, this build is going all in on your bench pirates, but your opponent can kind of play around that by not letting you get all your pirates in at the same time. When I was using Brightwing, or when I was using Guff, a lot of the times the opponent would just kind of leave it alive as it wasn't super threatening to them. And that is why Mukla is way, way better. So we are using the radioactive bananas on Mukla, and the big thing about this is we can buff our buff units, and all of them attack. Elise can attack, Tirion can attack, Mukla can attack. And because of this, this makes it so all of our buff units actually become crazy big threats in their own right. So the opponent cannot ignore them. They have to basically deal with them, or they're going to start getting punched in by a 30 attack Tirion or Elise. And it only keeps growing, so they really have to focus on Mukla, because Mukla +5 attack from the bananas is just crazy. You can also time this nicely with Tirion, so you can do, since Tirion is 7 speed and Mukla is 7 speed, you can get the bananas with Mukla first. So if it buffs up your Tirion, you get advantage of that attack on turn 1, which is really nice. So this is, so far from what I've seen in my bit of testing, the best opener for the build that wants to go all in on buffing your pirates. I think a more pirate focused build with like even 5 to 6 pirates can work too, and we'll experiment with that eventually, but this was the first one I wanted to try. So let's talk about the pirates a little bit. So we have Edwin here, Black Flag, so important. You really, really want that super fast speed, because your pirates are rather slow on their own, and you're really just trying to line it up so you get 2 pirates or all 3 pirates in at the same time, and they will have a lot of stats. So if Tirion dies and Elise gets the ability off that is plus 13 plus 16 to all your pirates who are already large. So Edwin becomes like a 2698. Crazy. Patches gets gigantic. Mr. Smite, same thing. They become huge. And the buffing is not done there because of our good friend Patches with his passive +5 attack whenever a pirate attacks. But Edwin's really good. His abilities have really nice utility. Assassin's Blade, I mean, if you get this off after you've been buffed and against something that's going slower, sometimes you can just one-hit kill it from almost full HP, especially if it's a blue, it's just gone. But it's just crazy. It's really, really powerful. And then with Patches, so we have a wombo combo with Mr. Smite. Now, you may remember the combo with Cornelius and Mr. Smite that involved Cornelius redirecting the damage and Smite triggering the overboard. Well, the problem with that combo was your opponent could just play around it by doing nothing, and then you didn't get any attacks in. The beautiful thing about Patches is he enables a Mr. Smite combo that your opponent really cannot easily play around. And it's pretty fast if you have Edwin out, because it involves using I Captain, which fills your board with 10-5 pirates with Rush, and using Overboard on Mr. Smite. So you use this will be 0 speed with Edwin, and then you use this at 5 speed. Every time one of those pirates goes in, it gains the 5 attack, it hits something for 15, that triggers Mr. Smite, who gains another 5 attack, and then also gains plus 10 health and attack, so he's getting he's getting 15 attack and 10 health every time he swings, and he's going to swing 3 times, assuming you have 3 mercs on board. Or he'll actually swing more than that. He'll swing 3 times just for the Patches summons, and then he gets an extra swing in as well for Edwin. So this combo's crazy. Like, it's actually just nuts, because you have to remember this is often happening when our Mr. Smite is already huge. Like, it's not an exaggeration to say you will end up with a Mr. Smite with 50 plus attack and a bunch of health. And at that point, there's really not a lot your opponent can do to deal with it. So that's kind of the combo we're going for here. But the nice thing about this is the combo's great, the combo's powerful, but you don't need the combo to win. You can still win just by beating down with your big pirates, even if your opponent tries to play around the combo some way. The nice thing is, though, it's really hard for them to play around it. It's not like they can just pass their turn and you don't get Mr. Smited, because Patches basically guarantees it. It's really sweet. Patches really filled a role that pirates were desperately lacking, and I think it's just crazy. Like, he's just so good. He is so good. I really think I underrated him. I thought he was good. He's better than I thought. He's a lot better than I thought. I think we're going to see multiple different pirate builds, and most of them are going to be off the back of the pure strength of Patches, along with the synergy of Edwin, because as you can see, Patches is rather slow normally. With Edwin, he's actually pretty quick. So that is our build here. Just quick glance through the equipment here in case you missed it. Ashbringer on Tirion, Radioactive Banana on Mukla, Talon Trinket on Elise, and Black Flag on Edwin, Arms Locker on Patches, and Sharpened Scabbard on Mr. Smite. So that is our build. This build is super duper sweet, and so far from what I've seen with it, I think it has some real potential to be a meta contender. But only time will tell with that. We are going to get into some games with it. Before we do, though, if you enjoy this type of content, do remember to like and subscribe. It does a ton to help out the channel and keeps the Mercenaries videos coming. So without further ado, let's get into some games. Okay. Alright, so I think this person's dragons.
My quest begins here. Listen to your inner voice.
Alright, yeah, it looks like they are on dragons. So, Mukla should be pretty good here. I think we're just going... I think we hit... It's definitely one of these two with the Mukla. I'll probably just go for the Sin. Okay. So that turn went all right. We actually have a chance to snipe the Sinestra down, and we're going to take it because we have a favored flip here. They could, I mean, actually, no, it's not favored. It's still a tie. We take it, though. We always take it. And then we'll send it here. If they don't taunt, then it's favored flip for us. Alright, so we do kill Sin. Pretty important. We do bleed them, which is nice. They heal a little bit, but it's not the biggest deal. We have a really, really big Tirion. And now, what do we send in here? We could do... So what is their bench? Their bench is probably... Do they have a cookie? No cookie. So it's definitely... It's probably Arcane bench. But they don't want to send in Yulon. Or not Yulon, Longjin until more dragons have died. But maybe they can because they have had 3 dragons die. So maybe they can get away with it. In which case... Maybe we just go for the Smite. Actually, maybe it's just patches to deal with Yulon. We really do need to kill this Yulon. Yeah, alright, I'll go patches.
We have plotted long enough. Now we rise.
Okay. Oh, it's Queen? Diamond Queen, too. What a lucky duck. Passive. The first time this merc dies, steals 6 health from all characters in play and returns to life. Okay. I'll be honest, I was not expecting a queen. Really sick animation, though. We can kill the queen. We could... I mean, this Tyrion's insane. We can kill Yulon. Probably just kill Yulon. I don't want her to steal a bunch of health from me. What does the queen do again? 18 damage. It's a lot of damage. We haven't been casting spell schools really, though. They could AoE us, but we're really not that scared about that. So maybe we do just go for the queen with our big Tirion and use patches to attack there. Wow, they just went for the flat AoE, which I'm honestly kind of surprised about. Queen down. We get Divine Shield. Oh, kill Neff. Oh, that's awesome. That was sweet. And now I think we're in a good position to win this game. We just slam Edwin. Speed up our patches. Yeah. I'm not really sure why Queen is in this build. Queen's awesome, but I don't think she's filling a needed role for this comp that the opponent seems to be running. But we're not going to complain about that. Not at all. I guess we could make ourselves immune. This does give us a little bit more health. But the health is basically the residual we take. We do get to go twice if they lose the speed tie. But yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. It should be an easy win. Tirion got out of control. The Mukla bananas were crazy. Oh, they swap. Yeah, I didn't think about swap. That's my bad. But swap doesn't really do anything for them. It buys them a turn, but a turn is not enough. Oh, okay, maybe a turn is enough? No, it's still not. Oh, and yeah, now they just get hit by the big Edwin. Now we have Smite. So Smite can just kill this at 4 speed. And then... let's see. Repeat for each other pirate, so that will kill this. That will kill this. And... does Blessing protect us in any way? Not really, so we should just attack.
Job's done.
I think that's right. I don't think there should be anything they can do here. Alright, so it still dies. They blast us, but their power is gone, so... close game, but... got the W. Alright. 2-1-3. See what this is. Oh, okay. This is different. Looks like a healing comp. Okay. Oh, they have the totem? First time seeing this. Whenever an adjacent character takes damage, this minion takes it instead. Okay. There's actually an opportunity here to kill the totem and get Divine Shield. And we scale up enough to where we don't really have to worry about the Chaaaarge healing as much as we might normally. I do think we're still gonna opt to hit it with the Mukla.
Job's done.
Yeah, Divine Shield's pretty nice. They're taking just a ton of residual. Obviously, Bane healed it up there, but 28... 50, so I'll be 56 at 2 speed. Bleed isn't very good, but Elise is big enough to where we should be able to just hit this twice and kill it. We could nature combo this too, potentially, if we want. Which might not be bad. Lets the Mukla grow itself a bit. I kind of like it. It also plays around Malf trying to root us. And then Judgment also kind of plays around Malf trying to root us a bit. But this should be a pretty favored matchup, I think. Cool to see people trying new stuff already, though. I'm very happy to see that. Who do they hit? They hit Tirion. Unfortunately, that is a tie we lost. Or no, was it? What speed was that? Yeah, it was a tie we lost. Yep. Alright, that's okay. Not the biggest deal. Obviously, we'd prefer not to lose the tie, but it is what it is. We can't as easily nature combo. We don't really care about taking damage versus not. We really just want to get this Chaaaarge gone. They can zap, so they can kill our Mukla. I mean, we just have to attack. I guess since they can zap us at 3, it makes sense to Primal Power to trigger this, because Mukla dies anyway to Chaaaarge's blast. Oh no, they have to do both in for Mukla to die. Which they probably will do, because there's no point in focusing on the others, I don't think. So I think it's still fine to do this, just for the combo. Oh yeah, I forgot the equipment. Yeah, so it dies just to Chaaaarge. But Chaaaarge dies, because we have some very large units here. Oh, but we just took a ton from that Bane. They didn't deathblow us, though, which is important. In comes Patches. And they have Sinestra? Okay. I think we need to kill the mouth. Or try to. Bleed doesn't really do anything. Sinestra shouldn't be a problem if we can get Smite in. Which we should be able to. Unfortunate, didn't kill the mouth there at the pirate, but can't win them all. With the random rolls, that is. Question is, do we Edwin or Smite here? They can root us, I guess. This wording says attack, right? Yeah. Okay, so you do have to be mindful of the rooting. We want Tirion to die. I guess this is safer because they have 2 reds. We'll just have to save combo for next turn. We will try and snipe down the mouth. It is going to restore 12. Because they have... Oh, they have 6 healing power. Yeah, that's a lot. So they gain 12 up to 26. We still kill them with Tirion, so we should just send this in here. And send this in here, I guess.
Job's done.
Oh, no, but they have the 0-speed chain heal. It is bugged, though, so it's really not healing them for very much at all. But it's still going to be enough to get out of range here. We do almost one hit, though. Next turn we have Wombo combo enabled. Oh, and their Sinestra just barely lives. But now we have Edwin, and this game is not over yet. I am scared of the root, not gonna lie. Oh, we can just friendly pirates steal. No, it doesn't work here. I mean, we just have to go for the combo, I think. Or do we? Yeah, screw it. I'm going for the combo.
Job's done.
All right, let's see what they do. Do they root Smite? Do they root Patches? They root Edwin. Oh. Sir, you have made a tremendous mistake. And it's gonna cost them pretty heavily. Yeah. And I don't think they have a 2 blue bench that can beat this. They really needed to root... Oh, wait, not Edwin, Anduin. That's not expected. But yeah, this is easy. Easy W from here. I mean, cool deck from them. I like the healing, but not good enough against our very large pirates. Look at that. 46 attack Edwin, 73 attack Mr. Smite. And now Edwin just seals the deal with a 102 damage crit. Crazy. All right, another game here. All different opponents tonight for the most part, which is always very welcome to see. And new builds. We've actually we've seen quite a lot of new builds. I wonder if we'll run into some old stuff too. Well, speak of the devil, quite literally, Diablo. All right, let's see how we can do against the previous meta tyrant. All right, make our dudes big. Hitting Tyrion's good for us, actually. We want Tirion to die. They slow Elise. Elise takes damage. It's fine. Would have preferred a little more banana age on Mukla, but again, not the biggest deal. Elise being slow really doesn't matter too much, even if she does die. And then, what do we want to do with Mukla? Guess we'll just send it in. Alright, little golems coming in. Hitting Tyrion's nice. Diablo actually takes a bunch of residual damage there. And we do get pretty large bleed down. Now, most likely, I imagine they're going to send in Vol'jin. So, our best answer to that is probably just going Edwin. We want to save our combo to come in at the same time if we can. Okay. Rooting doesn't matter. I guess we could try to restore. Elise probably dies, though. I guess it's a flip if they go for Shadow Claws. With Edwin... Oh, we're definitely attacking there. I think we just need to get rid of the Kazakus. I'm not really that concerned about them being faster.
Job's done.
Alright. Does Edwin live? That's the big question. Edwin does live, which is important. Actually, Edwin dies to the Vol'jin at 2 speed. In comes Karen. But we get to do Overboard at 0 speed, so we'll actually trigger off him killing Edwin, and then we can eye Captain and just explode on him. So this is actually looking fine. I think we're okay. The only thing that sucks is Diablo's going to gain some HP, but it's not going to be enough. And Karen really doesn't... These units don't do a whole ton against what we have here. We're setting up for a massive wipe this turn. Yeah, that's crazy. That triggers 3 times. Bye-bye, Diablo. Or no, it only triggers twice because it's other. But now we get even more pirates from the patches, and Diablo doesn't grow. That's huge. Yeah, this combo is so nuts. Oh my. Oh my, indeed. Well, it was nice knowing you, Vol'jin. Sylv comes in, but Sylv dies. And they see it too! The old meta champion absolutely demolished by some giant pirates. You absolutely love to see it. Crazy. Oh, look at that. Board King, the infamous bot. Let's see what they're playing. I bet it's Frost. The bots usually play Frost. Yep. Good old bot. It would be great if they could, fix the ladder and get rid of all these bots, but sadly, that does not seem something that does not seem like it's something they're trying to do in a timely manner, unfortunately. Order here is actually bad. We have to I might have even messed that up before, but you want to do Muckla first so you get the attack benefit from the Tirion. Forgot they're both 7 speed. Yep, they go for the super effective like the bots do. Alright, so here, I think it might actually be right to try and let them sweep us with Localar and kill it with the bleed.
Job's done.
Like, yeah, we're going to give them a lot of frost damage, but if they give us a full swap in, I think there's a chance we'd 3v6 them with pirates. I probably wouldn't make a play like this against a real player, but since we know this person is almost certainly a bot, or I guess this robot, because it's not a person. In comes Diablo. Okay. So the cool thing about this is the bot does not play around the combo. Because the bot doesn't play around like anything. And we probably just assisted strike. I mean, I guess we could go on the Jaina just as a guarantee to pop. I guess I should have ordered Edwin first. That's my bad. Boom. Boom. Still learning this comp for sure. But yeah, this combo is nuts. Oh, I guess Varden could mess it up. If they freeze us. Oh, but that happens before the freeze? Crazy. Oh, and it keeps going? Wait, what? That's a pretty crazy interaction. Alright, well, we're winning this game versus the bot. No question about it. So maybe it's a real line. Just let their local R wipe your board because you're fine with it being wiped anyway. Yeah, they don't really stand a chance here. Because we can go patches, hit that for 50. I guess they can taunt, but it's just not anywhere near good enough. I guess we do assisted strike for the immune. But this should be an easy win. No, they don't even taunt. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised because it's a bot, but they taunt with the Jaina. How incredibly weird. But I'm not going to pretend to understand the inner workings of the robot. I guess we'll just finish him with the combo next turn. Just for funsies. But again, this is another comp that, traditionally the Frost comp wins a lot of games. That's why the bots use it. And it got absolutely demolished here by our pirates. Easy. Love me some big pirates. Alright, so this is the person playing Frost who I think might also be a bot. I really don't know. We had a weird game against them where they were just passing every turn after turn 1, and I don't understand why. Alright, well, we'll try it again and see if they actually try and play the game this time. Because they just gave up after turn 1 last time. I really don't understand why. Oh, order? Okay, so this is exactly what they did last time. Let's see if it happens again. Because last time I played them, after turn 1, they just didn't do anything. Which is what's making me really suspicious. It's a bot. Alright, no, they're playing the game now. Maybe the disconnect doesn't even make sense. Like, I really don't understand what could have happened, but they're playing the match, so we're gonna try and combo them and get a win here. Oh, I think they did lead Trigor last time. Maybe it's not a bot. I just don't understand why they would have passed the last game, but that's alright. We do want this to go first. We want Edwin to hit Jaina, I guess. No, we want Edwin to hit the Trigor. We don't want Edwin to take 1,000,000. Alright, backlash, yep. That's kind of fine. Oh no, wait, I think I messed this up. Yeah, I messed this up. Our Smite gets bigger, but he doesn't get an attack. Alright, I mean, maybe it's okay. Maybe it is okay.
Job's done.
I guess we should just go for the Jaina pop. I mean, we have really large pirates here. Oh, my ordering is terrible there. Might they freeze Edwin? Okay. Kinda seems okay. We are getting a little low on health now, though. Alright, in comes Cookie, which is fine. We're gonna combo again. Let's do it. I mean, this is still a winnable game, even though we made some mistakes along the way. So it seems to be a real person playing now, because they're making actually, like, correct plays. Oh, that sucks. We lost our Smite. That was a bad RNG first hit, I guess. But we still probably win this, with Edwin and Patches being gigantic. And that was with some... I definitely did not play this 100% correctly this game. Definitely made some mistakes. But yeah, they're just dead. Like, there's nothing they can do.
Job's done.
I guess it's a speed tie. Hold on. No, we should. This is fine, yeah. Yeah, they heal, but doesn't really matter because we have enough damage to kill them. I mean, we can even just do it with Eye Captain, right? Because we have 4 spaces, so yeah, that's like 60 damage. And we can do this to make ourselves immune. Oh, and that's sick. We'll gain attack. Or no, we won't. The pirates will be dead, but we still win. Close game, but that was because I kind of threw a little bit, and we still won. I was really confused because we faced this person before, and they were acting kind of like a bot. But maybe it's not a bot. Maybe they had a connection issue. Who knows? But it didn't seem like they were a bot playing this game, so... We take those, though. We take those against Frost Trigor. Easy. Alright, we had some awesome matches with this comp. Honestly, Mukla was the star of the early game and really delivered on everything I was hoping he would. He really helped answer the weakness of this comp, which was they just ignore some of your starting units and you can't get your full pirate stuff going. Mukla just makes your setup units threats in their own right, which is very, very powerful. So I really, really like that. I think he has been the best 3rd edition that I've seen to this comp that's so focused on buffing up the pirates on the bench and then trying to sweep with them. So far, really liking him in this build. And it's really helpful against, like we saw in the games, specifically dragons. I played dragons once or twice with the other builds. The old builds had a really hard time with dragons because we just didn't have an opening red that could threaten their big greens, and obviously no blue to deal with Yulon, so it was really difficult, whereas Mukla gives us a very reasonable way to start doing pretty significant damage to their greens and even killing them on turn 2 in some instances. So really, really like Mukla. I think he is a great include in this build. Tirion and Elise did what they were supposed to do. Powerful in their own right, but they're really just there for the buffs. And then stars of the show here, the pirate squad. The pirates were so good. The pirates were just absolutely amazing. And I'm really happy about it because the pirates, it feels like pirates have never really had their time in the sun, especially when they released. They were rather underwhelming and didn't really see much play. I was really sad about that because I really liked Edwin. We did see pirates see a little bit of play in the last meta as kind of the bench for the Frost comp with Sneed, and that was cool, and I liked that, but I like this build a lot better. I think this is just a more fun play style, in my opinion. But we are going to try out some like full-on pirate comps too. There's a lot of new exciting stuff we're going to be trying, so definitely stay tuned here for that. Lots of PvP stuff coming soon. Still working on the characters and whatnot, but cannot wait to try out lots of new comps. I do think I figured out what happened in that last game we played versus Yarn. The reason I was so confused was because, you know, obviously I played a bot before, so I thought it might be another one. But then I realized that I think the reason they passed in the first game I played them and why I was so confused talking about it in the second game was because they saw I didn't have a skin for my Elise. And if you don't know, you actually get a skin for Elise from an achievement if you summon the golden monkey in PvP. So I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing. They saw the fact that I didn't have a skin on my Elise and were nice enough to try and help me get that achievement, which I did end up getting that game. So this is the skin you get. Really cool one. I think it's the best Elise one. So if you don't know, now you do. But that hopefully explains why I was kind of confused, why, you know, I thought it might have been a bot that went wrong or something, and then they were playing for real in the game we saw on camera. So just wanted to clarify that a little bit because I was really confused by that in the moment. But this comp is awesome. if you're looking for something fun and new to play that doesn't use a ton of new mercs, I think this is a good recommendation for the build. And honestly, you really don't even need Elise to be super duper leveled up. Like, obviously I have mine pretty leveled here, but as long as you have Quest for the Golden Monkey leveled up and maybe Star Seeker, you should be fine. I mean, you might not even need Star Seeker, but it definitely doesn't hurt to have. But really, as long as you have that full stat buff from the Golden Monkey, you can use Elise in this comp very effectively, even with her other abilities not leveled. Patches, you can probably use him a bit under leveled, but you're going to have a better time once you level him up. But yeah, only 2 new mercs. All the other ones are fairly old at this point. We had 2 launch mercs and 2 from the first drop, so if you're looking for something to play that doesn't use a ton of new mercs, but still plays differently and seems to have a pretty good lineup into some of the new comps, some of the old comps, I highly recommend this one. So that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.